My toxic stepbrother and his mother destroyed my family. Then I destroyed them both. Here is how. Let me tell you about the stepbrother who tried to destroy me, and the stepmother who helped him, and the father who was too blind to see the truth. My name is Daniel. I am 45 years old. I live in Cleveland, Ohio. I am an architect. I have a wife, a daughter, a dog, a life. But my life wasn't always peaceful. For 15 years, I lived in hell. My mother died when I was 8 years old. Cancer. Ovarian. She fought for 2 years. She lost. I remember sitting in the hospital waiting room while my father cried in the bathroom. I didn't understand death yet. I just knew my mom wasn't coming home. For 2 years, it was just me and my dad. He worked long hours. I learned to cook my own eggs, to do my own laundry, to be alone. Then he met Patricia. Patricia was a widow. She had a son. His name was Kyle. He was 11. He was cruel. My father fell in love with Patricia quickly. Too quickly. He was lonely. He wanted a partner. He wanted a mother for me. He didn't see what I saw. He didn't see the coldness in her eyes, the cruelty in her smile, the way she looked at me like I was something to be tolerated, not loved. She's going to be your new mom, my father said. I don't want a new mom. I want my mom. I know, son. I miss her too. But we have to move on. We have to be happy. I was happy. With just us. You'll be happier with a family. He was wrong. I was never happy again. We moved into Patricia's house. It was bigger than our old house. Nicer. But it didn't feel like home. It felt like a prison. Kyle had his own bedroom. I shared a room with a guest bed. You can sleep here, Kyle said. If we put guests. I'm not a guest. I'm family now. You're not my family. You're my mother's husband's son. That's different. I didn't know what to say. I was 10. The bullying started immediately. Kyle took my things. He broke my toys. He hid my shoes before school, so I would be late. When I told my father, he didn't believe me. Kyle is a good kid, he said. You're probably just imagining things. I'm not imagining things. He's mean to me. You're just adjusting. Give it time. I gave it time. It didn't get better. It got worse. Patricia started turning my father against me. Small things at first. Daniel broke the lamp, she would say. I didn't. You did. I saw you. My father believed her. I was punished. No TV for a week. No phone for a month. No allowance. Kyle would smile at me when no one was looking. You can't prove anything, he would whisper. He was right. I couldn't. The lies grew bigger. Patricia told my father I was stealing money from her purse. I wasn't. She told him I was failing classes. I wasn't. She told him I was disrespectful. I wasn't. My father stopped believing me. He stopped listening to me. He stopped looking at me. I was invisible. In my own home. Kyle escalated. He started hitting me, punching me, kicking me. When I fought back, Patricia would tell my father I started it. Daniel hit Kyle first. She would say, he's lying. I would say, why would Kyle lie? My father would ask. Because he's a liar. Because he's cruel. Because he hates me. You're being dramatic. I wasn't being dramatic. I was being honest. No one believed me. My grandmother, Margaret, was my father's mother. She saw the truth. She tried to warn him. Richard, that woman is no good, she said. You're just jealous, mother. Jealous? Of what? Of her. I've never been jealous of anyone in my life. Then why don't you like her? Because she's cruel to your son. Because her son is a bully. Because they're going to destroy your family. You're wrong. I wish I was. My father stopped talking to my grandmother. He stopped visiting her. He stopped bringing me to see her. I was alone. Completely alone. By the time I was 13, I hated my life. Kyle was popular. Handsome. Athletic. Everyone wanted to be his friend. Everyone wanted to date him. I was invisible. I had a few friends. Not many. Kyle made sure of that. Why are you friends with him? He would ask. He's weird. His mom died. There's something wrong with him. My friends drifted away. One by one. They didn't want to be associated with me. They wanted to be associated with Kyle. I stopped trying to make friends. I focused on school, grades, homework, extracurriculars. If I couldn't be popular, I could be smart. I was at the top of my class. Every year. Every subject. Kyle was average. But it didn't matter. He was the golden child. I was the shadow. Why can't you be more like Kyle? My father would ask. He's so social. So friendly. You're always in your room. Because I'm studying. You study too much. You need to be more balanced. Kyle didn't study. He went to parties. He hung out with friends. He got average grades. He was perfect. I was inadequate. The physical abuse got worse. Kyle started pushing me downstairs, tripping me in hallways, punching me when no one was watching. I have a scar on my chin from when he pushed me into a table. I needed 4 stitches. Patricia told my father I fell. Daniel is so clumsy, she said. I'm not clumsy. Kyle pushed me. You're always blaming Kyle. Because he's always hurting me. You're lying. My father believed her. I stopped fighting back. I stopped defending myself. I just survived. Patricia started controlling the money. My father's money. My mother's life insurance. My grandparents' gifts. She bought Kyle a new car. A new computer. New clothes. I got nothing. You don't need new things, she said. You're not like Kyle. What's that supposed to mean? You're just different. I was different. I wasn't cruel. I wasn't entitled. I wasn't a monster. But in that house, those were weaknesses. When I was 15, Kyle broke my arm. We were playing basketball in the driveway. He fouled me hard. Deliberately. I hit the concrete. My arm snapped. I heard it crack. Kyle stood over me. Get up, baby. I can't. My arm is broken. You're faking. My father drove me to the emergency room. The doctor confirmed it. A clean break. 6 weeks in a cast. What happened? My father asked. Kyle pushed me. He was just playing. You fell. He pushed me. On purpose. You're always blaming Kyle. Because he's always hurting me. My father didn't believe me. He never believed me. I wore that cast for 6 weeks. Kyle laughed at me the whole time. How's the arm, Daniel? Still broken. Maybe you should learn to play better. I didn't play basketball with him again. The worst part was the isolation. Patricia slowly cut me off from everyone who loved me. My grandmother called. Patricia told her I was busy. She wasn't. My aunt called. Patricia told her I didn't want to talk. I did. My uncle came to visit. Patricia told him I was at a friend's house. I wasn't. They stopped calling. They stopped visiting. They thought I didn't care. I did care. I just couldn't do anything about it. I was a prisoner. In my own home. In my own family. I turned 18 on a Tuesday. Patricia handed me an envelope. What's this? I asked. Your eviction notice. What? You're 18 now. You're an adult. You need to find your own place. This is my home. My father's home. Your father's home is my home. And I don't want you here anymore. I looked at my father. He wouldn't look at me. Dad, it's for the best, son. You need to learn to be independent. I'm not ready. I'm still in high school. You'll figure it out. You're kicking me out. We're helping you grow up. You're not helping me. You're abandoning me. You're being dramatic. You're choosing her over me. Just like you always have. My father didn't respond. He couldn't. He was too weak. I packed a bag. Clothes. My mother's photo. A few books. I walked out the door. Patricia was smiling. Kyle was laughing. Good luck, Kyle said. You're going to need it. I didn't respond. I just walked. I had nowhere to go. No money. No car. No job. No family. I slept in my car for the first night. A 2005 Honda Civic with 180,000 miles. I parked at a Walmart. I cried myself to sleep. The next day, I went to school. I didn't tell anyone I was homeless. I was ashamed. I went to the library after school. I looked up shelters. I found one on the other side of town. I walked 3 miles. The shelter was dirty, crowded, dangerous. People stole my things. Someone tried to fight me for a blanket. I stayed there for a week. Then I left. I slept in my car again. I got a job at a fast food restaurant. Minimum wage. I worked after school and on weekends. I saved every penny. I ate 1 meal a day. I wore the same clothes for weeks. I graduated high school. I was 3rd in my class. No one came to my graduation. Not my father. Not Patricia. Not Kyle. My grandmother came. She found out somehow. She sat in the back. She cried. After the ceremony, she hugged me. I'm so sorry, she said. I should have done more. You did what you could. I should have taken you in. I should have fought for you. It's not your fault. It's his. And hers. And Kyle's. What are you going to do now? I'm going to college. I'm going to build a life. And I'm never going to look back. I'm proud of you. Thank you. She gave me an envelope. It's not much, but it's something. I opened it. $500. It was everything she had. I'll pay you back, I said. You don't need to pay me back. You just need to survive. I survived. I worked 3 jobs during college. Day shift at a warehouse. Night shift at a gas station. Weekends at a restaurant. I slept 4 hours a night. I ate ramen and peanut butter sandwiches. I lived in a studio apartment with mold on the walls. I graduated in 4 years. Bachelor's degree in architecture. Cum laude. I got a job at a small firm. Low pay. Long hours. I didn't care. I was building something. I met Sarah at a friend's party. She was beautiful. Kind. She didn't care about my past. She cared about my future. You're different, she said. Different how? You've been through something. Something hard. But you're not bitter. You're not angry. You're just strong. I've been through hell. I can see that. But you made it out. I had help. A grandmother who believed in me. A few friends who didn't give up on me. They saw something in you. So do I. We started dating. I fell in love. Hard. I told her about my family. About Patricia. About Kyle. About my father. That's terrible, she said. It was. But it made me who I am. Who are you? Someone who will never give up. Someone who will never abandon the people he loves. Someone who will never be like them. She married me. We have a daughter. Lily. I am happy. But I never forgot. I never forgave. I just waited. While I was building my life, Kyle and Patricia were destroying my father. I watched from a distance. I didn't interfere. I couldn't. He had chosen them over me. He had to live with that choice. Patricia drained his bank accounts. Slowly at first. Then quickly. She transferred money to her own accounts. She opened credit cards in his name. She maxed them out. Kyle stole from him too. He took cash from his wallet. He sold his tools. He pawned his jewelry. My father was blind. He trusted them. He loved them. He didn't see what they were doing. His health declined. He had a stroke when he was 65. He was never the same. He couldn't walk. He couldn't talk. He couldn't think clearly. Patricia put him in a nursing home. The cheapest one she could find. She visited once a month. Sometimes less. Kyle never visited. I visited. Every week. I drove 2 hours each way. I sat with my father. I held his hand. I told him about my life. He couldn't respond. But I think he heard me. I forgive you, I said once. For choosing them. For abandoning me. For not believing me. Tears rolled down his cheeks. He squeezed my hand. I think he was sorry. I think he knew the truth. Patricia didn't like that I visited. She tried to stop me. You're not family, she said. You don't belong here. I'm his son. I'm more family than you ever were. You're nothing. You've always been nothing. I'm the only one who visits him. The only one who cares. The only one who loves him. He doesn't love you. He loves Kyle. He always has. Then why does Kyle never visit? Why does he never call? Why does he never write? She didn't answer. Because Kyle doesn't love him. Kyle loves his money. His house. His assets. You both do. You're lying. I'm telling the truth. The truth you've been hiding for 20 years. My father died when I was 40. He was 70 years old. He died alone. In a nursing home. In a bed that wasn't his. In a room that smelled like bleach. I was there. I held his hand. I forgive you, I said. I love you. I'm sorry I couldn't save you. He squeezed my hand. Then he was gone. I cried. Not because I was sad. Because I was relieved. He was finally at peace. Patricia and Kyle expected to inherit everything. The house. The land. The investments. Millions of dollars. They didn't know about the letter. My father wrote the letter before he had his stroke. Before he lost his mind. Before they drugged him into silence. He gave it to his lawyer, Mr. Harrison, with instructions to give it to me after his death. Daniel, the letter began. If you're reading this, I'm gone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. I was blind. I was weak. I was manipulated. I chose Patricia and Kyle over you. I abandoned you. I failed you. I see the truth now. I see what they are. What they've always been. They don't love me. They love my money. My house. My assets. You love me. You always have. Even when I didn't deserve it. I was wrong about you. You were never the problem. I was. Patricia was. Kyle was. I'm leaving everything to you. The house. The land. The investments. Everything. Patricia and Kyle get nothing. They've taken enough. I love you, son. I always did. I just forgot how to show it. Forgive me. Dad. I read the letter 3 times. I cried each time. I took the letter to a lawyer. Ms. Chun. She specialized in estate litigation. We need to file a will contest, she said. Will they fight it? They'll try. But we have evidence. The letter. Witnesses. Bank statements showing they drained his accounts. Do it. We filed the lawsuit. Patricia and Kyle were served. They were furious. You're lying. Patricia screamed over the phone. I have the letter. Written by my father. Signed by him. Witnessed by his lawyer. He wasn't in his right mind. He had a stroke. The letter was written before his stroke. Before you drugged him into silence. I'll destroy you. You can try. Kyle called me. You're not getting anything. We'll fight this. We'll win. You'll lose. You always lose. You're still a loser. You always were. I'm the loser who's about to inherit everything. What are you going to inherit? Nothing. He hung up. The legal battle lasted 18 months. 18 months of depositions. 18 months of court dates. 18 months of watching Patricia and Kyle lie under oath. They claimed the letter was forged. They claimed my father wasn't in his right mind. They claimed I manipulated him. The judge didn't believe them. Mr. Harrison, the judge said, you were the family's attorney for 30 years. Is this letter authentic? Yes, Your Honor. I witnessed it myself. Mr. Thompson was of sound mind when he wrote it. Mrs. Thompson, do you have any evidence that the letter is forged? It's obvious. He would never leave everything to Daniel. He loves Kyle. The letter says otherwise. Kyle is his son. Daniel is nothing. Daniel is his biological son. Kyle is his stepson. There's a difference. Patricia had no response. The judge ruled in my favor. The letter was valid. The will was valid. Everything my father owned was mine. The house, the land, the investments, the money. Patricia and Kyle got nothing. They appealed. They lost. They appealed again. They lost again. Then the criminal charges came. My grandmother had been watching. She had been documenting. She had been waiting. She gave her evidence to the prosecutor. Bank statements showing Patricia drained my father's accounts. Medical records showing she neglected his care. Witness statements from nursing home employees who saw the abuse. Patricia was arrested, charged with elder abuse, financial exploitation, neglect. Kyle was arrested, charged with fraud, theft, conspiracy. They went to trial. They were convicted. Patricia was sentenced to 5 years in prison. Kyle was sentenced to 3 years. I watched them be led away in handcuffs. Patricia looked at me. You did this. I didn't do anything. You did this to yourself. You'll pay for this. I've already paid. For 20 years. Now it's your turn. Kyle glared at me. I'll kill you when I get out. I'll have a restraining order waiting for you. He was taken away. I walked out of the courthouse. The sun was shining. The air was cold. I was free. After the trials were over, I felt empty. Not sad. Not guilty. Just empty. I had spent 20 years waiting. 2 years fighting. Almost half my life focused on revenge. Now it was over, and I didn't know what to do. Sarah noticed. You're not okay, she said. I'm fine. You're not. You've been running on anger for years. Now the anger is gone. You don't know what to do with yourself. What should I do? Build, not destroy. Build something for yourself. I took her advice. I took the inheritance, the house, the land, the investments, the money. I didn't keep most of it. I donated it to charity, in my father's name, a scholarship fund for kids who had been kicked out by their parents, a nursing home reform fund, an elder abuse prevention fund. I kept the house where I grew up, the house where my father died. It was run down. Patricia and Kyle had neglected it. The roof leaked. The paint was peeling. The garden was overgrown. I fixed it, slowly, carefully, with my own hands, the way my father taught me. I painted the walls. I replaced the floors. I fixed the roof. I mowed the grass. I planted a garden. I brought Lily there. She ran through the rooms. She climbed the stairs. She played in the backyard. This was your grandfather's house. I told her. Did you live here? For a while. When I was young. Were you happy? Sometimes. Not always. But now I am. We moved into the house. Sarah and I, Lily. Our dog. We were happy. Finally. Patricia is still in prison. She has 2 more years. She doesn't write. She doesn't call. Kyle was released last year. He lives in a small apartment. He works at a warehouse. He is alone. He called me once. I'm sorry. I know I can't undo the past. But I want you to know that I've changed. I didn't respond. My grandmother is still alive. She is 90 years old. She lives in a nursing home. A good one. One that I pay for. I visit her every week. I bring Lily. She loves Lily. You did it, she says. You won. We won. I couldn't have done it without you. Yes, you could have. You're stronger than you know. I learned from you. She smiles. She holds my hand. I am grateful. For her. For Sarah. For Lily. For my father. Even though he failed me. I forgave him. Not because he deserved it. Because I needed to move on. He was weak. He was blind. He was manipulated. But he was my father. And in the end, he tried to make it right. That's enough. If you're watching this and you have a toxic stepfamily, I want you to know something. You don't have to be like them. You don't have to be cruel. You don't have to be greedy. You don't have to be a victim. You can survive. You can thrive. You can win. I was 10 years old when Kyle and Patricia entered my life. They made my life a living hell for 15 years. They isolated me. They abused me. They stole from me. They turned my father against me. I was homeless at 18. I slept in my car. I worked 3 jobs. I put myself through college. I built a life. A good life. A life they couldn't touch. And when they tried to steal my inheritance, I fought back. Not with violence. With evidence. With the truth. With the legal system. They lost everything. Their money. Their freedom. Their future. I gained everything. Peace. Freedom. Dignity. Not because I was lucky. Because I was patient. Because I was prepared. Because I never gave up. My father was weak. He was blind. He made terrible choices. But in the end, he tried to make it right. He wrote that letter. He left me everything. I forgave him. Not because he deserved it. Because I needed to move on. You can forgive too. Not for them. For you. But don't forget. Use the lessons. Build your life. Protect yourself. And when the time comes, fight back. Not with anger. With strategy. With evidence. With the truth. That's how you win. Thanks for listening. Subscribe to his Reddit tales for stories of stepfamily horror, inheritance theft, and revenge that took 20 years to serve. And if you're being abused by your stepfamily, don't give up. Don't let them win. You are stronger than you know. I was. And I'm still here.